1990 GT convertible we got yesterday from about the sweetest family you could possibly imagine. She went underwater, so we're going to start the stages of cleaning her up to where we can preserve her for later. This is the before pictures, just soaked it in degreaser, but no rust, no accidents, just water. We're going to strip that out. First, get it cleaned up. Interior detailing, now available at Foxbody Rehab. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. All right, so washed it down inside now. Just like Buddy John over here just said, it just looks like somebody left the top down in a good rainstorm. Of course, that's not the case, so we'll still be pulling it all apart, of course. Kind of cool that that piece on the door went back to close to color. Paint fade, but hell, it looks like original paint. All the vent stickers indicate original parts, except obviously the missing hood. I just want to give a huge shout out to the family that gave me this car. And I say gave me this car. I showed up to buy it, and they loved it so much they knew that I wasn't going to let it go to the scrapper, that it would be fixed. So they bestowed upon me very graciously this car and its title and a bunch of cool parts to go along with it. So shout out to you guys. This car was under a flood, so was their home. They lost pretty much everything, but man, I tell you, the family's got great spirits. The kids are happy. Man, best case of the worst case scenario. So guys, I hope everything works out. I know it will. You guys are very resilient, obviously. Very strong folk, strong-willed folks. So I know that this is going to just be a minor hurdle in you guys' life. And thank you for this. And you got a friend in me whenever you need it. The joy of being the Foxbody guy. These folks know that we're going to get it fixed up. I'm not going to let it go to death. He loved this car. Absolutely loved it. And what's not to love? Titanium on black cloth. Wow, what a cool car. And these holes here, here. This is a dealer thing. An aftermarket company would drill into your brand new car and inject some rust repellent inside these panels to keep the rust from happening. So it looks like we might get lucky when we tear it apart and find out that nothing's hurt. The underneath looks great. Cut that cool Hurst shifter with that 8-ball style knob. Then got a girdle, 373s, full exhaust. Brand new tires on the ponies, BFGs. Just a little damage. That's the only original damage that I found. There we go. So that's after stage one. Thanks for watching, guys. What's up, everybody? Back at you again with this old convertible. This old from under the sea convertible. Well, I got this steel cowl hood a little while back. It's got a little surface rust I need to get off of there, but I think it looks pretty good on the old Vert. And for those faded ugly headlights, I got some more in there that are beautiful. So that'll take care of that. Started to take the interior out of it, the soaking wet, flooded interior that's been sitting in it for a while. Honestly, nothing was rusted. Bolts came right out. See if it's salvageable or not. That's definitely not. Anything electric, of course, has already pretty much been thrown away and taken off. Inside of the door, the entire door harness will be taken out and exchanged. First, I'm going to flush that door out. So the goal here is to get it all taken apart so that I can pressure wash all of the dirt and stuff that holds, like the leaves, for instance, the leaves, anything that holds water that creates rust so quickly. Too bad about this black tweed interior. A lot of it I'll save. The dashboard's going to be good. The plastic itself, of course, nothing behind it. All the electronics are trash. But that center console body doesn't look terrible underneath the dirt. The door panels might be savable. I might be able to salvage those. The elastic's a little stretched, but if I let all the cardboard dry out, worst case scenario, I got to put new cardboard on it. But I think I can reuse those, and shoot, those are the hardest things to find. Alright, well, this is halfway there. Step back. Door panel off. Trim plate. Sill plate. Armrest. Console's loose on my side. Seatbelts are loose. So all I got to do now is go to the other side, do the same thing, and then I'll be able to pull this disgusting ass carpet out of here and take it outside. I just want to get down to the bare metal floor of the car so that way we can make sure that there's no standing water like there is here from our pressure washing yesterday. This will kill the car quick. So once I'm done in here, getting all this stuff taken apart and down to the floor pan, then I'm going to move to the trunk. Excuse me. Strip out all the stuff in the trunk that's touching the metal floor panel there. Poor old girl, buddy. Poor old girl. I'm not going to let her die, though. Foxbody Rehab, we can't just turn our back on something like this. When was the last time you saw a titanium with black tweed convertible? Seems to be like it was an automatic originally. She's been converted, of course. That trans, I'd be less likely to think that'd be a good idea to run that one. But the shifter's dope. I like that Hearst. God, I got a lot of cleaning to do. I just want to preserve the car so I can store it for a while. I'm not going to have time to go do any other work to it. I've got about tonight and maybe a little bit in the morning. And I heard it's supposed to be in the 20s. That's fun. So what I got to do now. Get it over with. My late night job. It's like 6 o'clock on a Monday? Yeah, Tuesday. Monday? Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. The days kind of run together. Alright guys, stay tuned. We're pushing forward. We're going to save this thing. Well, there we go. It's all pulled out. Most all of it. Got the console, got all the other pieces out. The floor pan's exposed, and luckily no rust. Little surface rust, which will brush right off, and we'll protect that. Still going to pull the back seat and the rear panels, but that's it. I'll save the dashboard for another day. As soon as it warms up a bit, I'll wash out the floor pan. Put a couple of holes in it so it'll drain. We're coming along. Back on SpongeBob SquarePants convertible. So I did some things. First of all, what you see here, the soapy stuff, is degreaser. I soaked all the black trim and everything in here with degreaser. And then I drilled a couple of holes in the floor pan. Over there and over there. So that way this water and nastiness has somewhere to go when I do the flush, which is about to happen. So for now I left the dash in because I'll be pulling it out later, piece by piece. The plastic dash shell will be reused. Wiring and the cage behind it will be trash. But it looks like a pretty solid dash underneath all the rest of it. And then in the trunk, kind of same thing. I already have a hole in there. So I should be able to flush all that stuff straight down out into the on top of the gas tank and then out. So now I'm going to put it outside in the freezing cold. Right now it's like 32 degrees. And I'm going to wash this thing out best I can. I really need to bring out my pressure washer so that I can do the seats too. But anyway, here's where I'm at right now. You can see the nastiness from the degreaser starting to bubble. The top was down for a long time in an attempt to dry it out. So yeah, I need to do a flush pretty quick. I guess I'm going to flush with the garden hose first, top to bottom. And then I'll break out the pressure washer when this spot is clean in the floor. I can bring the pressure washer. I store it outside, so I'll have to bring it in and keep it here. So that's what I'm up to now. Yesterday did the headlights and fog lights. I mean, obviously they'll have to come back out again for when it gets painted, but little stuff, right? Little stuff. All the interior has been extracted out of it. Ready to clean what I can, throw away what I can't. Save. But this is our update for SpongeBob SquarePants. Stay tuned. I'll update it when I get it rinsed out. Alright, final update for this video. Looks like Mother Nature helped me out a bit. So after flushing the interior completely and knocking a couple of holes in the floor pan to where it'll drain out, managed to get most of it flushed out pretty well. Not too much left of the old crap that was in every crack and corner and crevice on this monster. Even inside here, got all those leaves out, got that flushed real well and degreased. A little bit of dirt still left in the pans, got to rinse that out. Then it'll be ready for a scrub with some bleach, maybe some rust preventative, and then treat and prime over those rusted spots that are on the floor. It's pretty typical. It really doesn't have anything to do with the flood, I don't believe. Then I'm going to clean the inside of that headliner completely and put the top up, get all that squared away. And on the seats, once again, Mother Nature helped us out. So I soaked them in water and then degreased them. They're still yet to be pressure washed. But damn, I mean, if you see earlier in this video, that looked pretty bad. They're far from perfect, but I believe they can be saved. What I need ideally is a super nice hot day, at least a week's worth, but I don't think I'm going to get that lucky. So they'll spend a lot of time inside under a couple of very high velocity fans. So that's the wrap up. I'm going to call it a wrap up because quite honestly from here it's not going to be much, very much exciting stuff. I'm going to leave it as you see it, clean the bottom thoroughly, and then get the top up and clean it. I'll probably do one follow-up video before I put her in storage for a minute. I'm also going to take that hood, since it's rusting, and get that all cleaned up and put that in primer so that she can sit for a while I figure out what to do with it past that point. I also want to take off the cowl vent, which is a very big thing on these cars. They have all the sediment and leaves and everything that'll get down inside here. So I'll be taking that off and then cleaning that out thoroughly, and then figuring out some way to put a blocker over it so it doesn't happen again. These pine trees, they blow that crap in there anyway. But the goal here is preservation, not restoration at this point. Right now I just want to build something that I can store comfortably for a while without fear of it deteriorating any further than it already is. This truck is going to be leaving my life shortly, so I might consider throwing it under here for a bit. I'm not quite sure yet. Depends on how much love I keep falling in with it. I'm liking it so far. I mean, it's going to be a really easy project. I could send this thing out for paint super quick. I mean, it wouldn't cost me about $1,200-1,500 to put a quick paint job on it, cut and polish it, put it back together. So I don't know, I'm kind of digging the titanium with the black. Anyway guys, tell me what you think. Like and subscribe, smash that bell, make sure you get the first notifications of any of these updates that keep coming up. I got a few other ones that are about to pop off too. Kind of have about 4 simultaneous projects going on at any given time. Trying to update them is kind of difficult. It almost takes as much time to do a damn video than it does to do the dang car. So anyway guys, drop some comments. What do you think of this car? How far of a difference did we make here in a very short amount of time? Let's see, today is, I believe, Thursday. If today is Thursday, I got this on Sunday. So not too long at all. 4 days, and really only had about 2 days to work on it. The rest of the time I've been working on some of the other projects. So we definitely we stopped its degradation. I mean, she was falling apart quickly. This carpet, that soaking wet material that's on the back of the carpet here, boy, once that gets wet, you think the carpet's dry, but it's not. This is soaking wet, and it just sits on that steel, and any little scratch in the metal, it'll start to rot it, and it doesn't take long at all for this humidity to take its toll. So guys, check your carpet. If your floor is wet, knock a couple of holes in it. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're drilling a car. Whatever, dude, I'd rather do that than have rust later. Like that hole. I'll put plugs in these later. That hole and that hole allowed the floor pans to drain completely without any standing water in it. It's been raining all day. So this is what we want, basically flushing it out completely. All this has already been done inside the doors. Flushed it until the water went clean, but we're still going to do a hand wipe inside of it with an antifungal, antibacterial. Get that dash off there, clean it up. It'll go back in it. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And to the gentleman, the family actually, who bestowed this upon me, I want to say thank you so much. That I promise you, it will be shown love. She will be back on the road in better than new condition by the time she's finished up, for sure. And I look forward to building it. Not for sale, this one. This is going to be a toy for me. All right, guys, stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Foxbody Rehab for life, baby.